think we should lead with that one then.
With that one? I feel like that might be a weird start.
I can start off really weird.
Cool, let's do it.
All right. Hey guys, welcome to Between Two Bars. My name is James, my co-host.
Jeremy Wolf.
And today on episode 3, we have...
Ashley!
I know, I sort of had to burp. Episode 3, we have Ashley. Ashley just began coaching at Hustle One. She's been a member previously. She has a lot of experience in the coaching world, in the fitness realm, in the motherhood realm.
Yeah, still pretty new to that one.
Engineer realm?
Engineer realm.
Engineer, yeah.
Wears a lot of hats.
A lot of different hats. So we're going to get into that type of stuff. We have some questions that you guys asked us. But first, I think the most important question is, who do you like better, Jeremy or me?
Oh, I don't know. That's a toss-up. I might just have to say
Your
that one
employment
until later.
hinges on this answer.
Yes.
How about I love
Don't let the
everybody
fact-
equally?
No,
doesn't
there needs
work.
to be
No
a
favorites.
No.
False.
No
Come on.
favorites.
Liar.
I
Come on.
mean, that's rule number 1 of motherhood and leadership is you can't have
I'll
favorites.
start
All
this
right.
off.
So-
I like you more than James. Just throwing that. It's nothing personal.
What the?
I mean, it just goes off of your personality. That's all.
Well,
Okay, let me rephrase this. Which qualities do you like least out of both of us?
Once again, folks, we have a tie.
Come on!
What
is it?
No, I mean, I have
Oh.
to say I'm lucky to have 2 awesome coworkers that I enjoy spending time with in the gym every day.
Lame.
So,
It's watered down version.
yeah.
Sometimes James just stops immediately what he's doing and texts and doesn't move for like 5 to 10 minutes, and I get worried. I think he's frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to literally just stand here like this.
He won't move.
Because somebody texted me, I started texting back,
There was-
and then I'm like, shoot, I gotta upload this to Instagram. I'm like, damn, somebody messaged the gym. I'm like, damn.
It was. I think I timed it, and it was. I watched the clock, and it was like about 10 to 11 minutes of you just standing there, like you didn't move. You were just.
On the phone.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm
Like-
like not completely bent over.
Yeah.
It's a lot of mobility. a lot of good mobility.
Well, yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's fine. Yeah. Good.
We'll
Good
take
start.
it. We'll circle back.
We'll circle
Um,
back. Well,
all right.
yeah, we'll circle back after the interview, and
Yes.
then we can take another
All right,
call.
all right, we'll
Like
take
two
another
more.
stab at it.
Awesome.
All right.
Let's do it.
Well, yeah, just tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina. Went to school, high school and college there. Then when I graduated, I decided that I wanted to kind of go off and see the world, so I moved to Wichita, Kansas.
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
Now, what did you major in college?
Mechanical engineering. Originally, I wanted to kind of design cars, and then about halfway
that's
through,
cool.
I
That's pretty
really
cool.
fell in love with aerospace. So I, for my senior design project, I kind of switched it up, and I focused a lot on the aerospace aspect of it. And then, funny enough, when I was doing my project, I was on Cessna's website just getting pictures for my PowerPoint slide. And I saw the careers button at the bottom, and I was like, well, shoot. I mean, it's a long shot, but okay.
Whatever.
And I just hit apply, and I uploaded my resume. And sure enough, they called me. And I mean, don't forget, folks, like
Did
I
you
was
like
in,
double check your resume, or is this whatever you had? You just like screw it.
I seriously
upload
just screw it and
Nice.
uploaded it because I used it for my internship at the time. And they called, and I was like, oh my gosh, like somebody wants to interview me, not in Charlotte. Interesting. So yeah, they flew me out to Wichita, Kansas. It was very flat, very windy, but it was an awesome opportunity. And funny story, so they bring you in these mock planes that they have, because like they build corporate jets, right? And that's where they interview you. I was so nervous, guys. Like we were having small talk as they were bringing me to these to the interview portion, and the guy asked me something, and I just turned to him. I said, "I'm sorry, I have a really hard time talking and walking at the same time."
Oh.
I was like, "Oh
And
my
you
gosh!"
Still got the job.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Then
I
you've
was
been
like,
very desperate.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think there could have been a more blonde thing to say. That was not good for blondes anywhere. So anyway, survived that, and then we got to the mock-ups, and I cracked my head super hard getting out of it because you're supposed to duck and walk out, and I happened to stand up a little fast. And
Oh my God.
So there were a
Should've
few
given you a
awkward
hard
moments.
So I guess when they say first impressions are everything,
Oh, they probably
it's
just
not
hired
really.
me out of
Not
pity.
really.
Um,
They're like, man, this girl needs some money to go get some
yeah,
help.
right. Yeah, we feel so bad for her. I don't think anybody else will hire her, so we'll give her a shot. But anyway, that one.
Hopefully she's better on the second interview.
Yeah, right. Right. So anyway, yeah, that's 2008 was a rough year for grads. I don't know if you guys remember that year.
I
But
was a sophomore
Sophomore in high school.
or freshman.
Yeah.
No, I was a freshman. in
oh,
high
just
school.
hitting
sophomore.
puberty. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I was really dealing with a lot of facial hair growing randomly.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
didn't happen until like
Yeah.
senior year. From
No.
the first podcast, we learned like Jeremy
I was
didn't
a-
really
I was
start
a late
transforming,
bloomer.
changing.
However, I did start shaving when I was in the 7th grade, like once a month.
Just hopeful.
Yeah, I
That it would
cut
come
I
in.
cut my lip so bad. Like the second time I shaved, I like was doing one of these and I wiggled my lip and just sliced right before a big dance. So I didn't get to kiss my girlfriend at the time. It was really depressing for a young
Yeah.
man like me.
That's kind of a tragic story for
Yeah,
a
I
seventh
know.
grader.
Yeah, hence why I don't shave anymore.
Right?
It literally
Too traumatized.
literally scarred me for life.
Too traumatized. That's funny. So tell us how you got into like fitness, working out in general, everything like that.
Yeah, so funny story about that actually. I never a lot of funny stories. I was not a fit person. I ran track a little bit in high school.
Now,
100-meter hurdles.
what did you eat
Yes.
when you were an athlete? Here's a question.
Hashtag sideways diet.
Yeah.
Hashtag sideways diet, guys.
Sideways
So
diet.
in high school, my parents would always give me $20 a week, and that was supposed to cover my food. But at the time, I really wanted to buy new wheels for my car, so I took that $20
Priorities.
Yep.
every week and I stuffed it away.
Smart.
And I would
So
pack
simple.
a Ziploc baggie full of Doritos and a Coca-Cola, and that was my
That was lunch.
every
So let's
day.
see. You got hydration through the Coke.
Yeah,
You
and a
know
little
you got
carbs.
your carbs a little bit.
Yeah, got
Doritos.
sugars, a lot of glucose.
Doritos give you some good flavors. You know.
Oh
clear
yeah,
sinuses.
orange fingertips went
Yep,
around.
yep, good.
Go
So
on
there's
the
probably
class.
some protein at least in the Doritos.
I would
Red
hope.
dye #1.
So sideways diet started in high school for
Yeah.
you. Okay, and how has it changed / progressed since?
Old habits die hard.
So not really.
We are working to improve that diet.
Hey, I heard you do nutrition coaching.
I do indeed.
Hey, hook me up, bro.
Awesome. It's
I don't know.
it's
You're gonna need a lot
$40
more help
session.
than Jeremy
Yeah,
can
I
provide.
think-
So
Yeah.
tell us a little
You
bit
need
about
to-
your sideways diet.
So sideways diet. I don't eat Doritos and Cokes anymore.
What have you switched out?
Now I drink wine,
The adult version.
cupcakes. But I do like a good salmon fillet
Okay, one healthy thing.
Yeah, there we go.
and
there we
prime
go.
rib.
Prime rib. Yeah, you cooked that this week.
I did cook that
Nice,
this week.
nice.
So yeah, I mean it's not all bad. It's
Okay.
gotten better.
Okay, so how does your nutrition fare? Let's just jump right into it.
Yeah.
Pregnancy. Now you have a 1-year-old.
I
Let's
do.
take it in that 9-month block, this past year block of how your nutrition has sort of morphed, evolved during that time period.
Short 9 months, like after, like
During
you-
pregnancy,
Oh,
yeah. So
oh,
from
that-
when you started, like cravings, what worked for you, what didn't, what
Okay.
really like helped you. Maybe you're dealing with inflammation and stuff. What either
Sure.
Did you have
caused
any
it
weird
more,
cravings?
or what?
Sure. So when I first got pregnant, I was in the best shape of my life. I was training for competitive CrossFit. I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't going to regionals or anything, but I did like to do competitions around locally. And my diet was on point, guys. Macros every day, calculated it 9 months out of the year. I mean, it was on point. I was the leanest, best in shape I'd ever
How long
been.
did it take you to be able to do that? Like, how much trial and error?
A lot of years.
Yeah.
So
to
you
really
said it
dial
was
in.
9 months out of the year. What did you do for the other 3 months?
I was on and off the macro train. Because I would get on it and then I would kind of get bored and then I would fall off the wagon a little bit and then I'd jump back on. But for that 9 month span leading up to the pregnancy, it was consistent and it felt good. And I even went on a cruise during that time.
Nice.
And I made myself go and work out every morning as my roommate, like my best friend from kindergarten, actually, we went on a cruise together. She would stay in the bunk and sleep, and I would get up, go work out, and have my coffee before she even got up. I mean, that's how dedicated I was. And I only gained 3 pounds that whole cruise, which is pretty good. Pretty good. But yeah, so then I got pregnant, and all of a sudden, so, I mean, some things are just bigger than you are, you know.
It's a big baby.
Just a lot of cravings. Unfortunately, macaroni and cheese and hot dogs were really kind of my jam. And we lived in St.
Together,
Louis.
separate, like
Oh, together.
you just get a hot dog, mac and cheese, throw it in the thing,
put
and
the macaroni and cheese on top of the hot dog.
Oh, so you wouldn't cut up
You're
the hot
onto
dog
something.
and put it in it. You would just get a hot dog, mac and cheese.
wow, onto
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, so that was kind of
Sideways diet hashtag.
yeah. So first trimester, a lot of macaroni and cheese and hot dogs.
Were you,
Second trimester.
Kraft fan or?
No, so
mayonnaise?
we lived in St. Louis at the time, and we lived within walking distance of like a craft. It was like a craft hot dog place, like gourmet hot dogs,
Okay.
and they knew me by name. It was kind of embarrassing.
You're like, number 7, Ashley's here.
Yeah.
Number
Yeah,
7,
the
get it
Ashley.
up. Got the
Yeah.
Ashley coming up.
Yeah, so we had that and barbecue within walking distance, so it was kind of like depending on the day.
She's like, want to turn right or turn left?
Yeah, red pill, blue pill, red pill, blue pill.
Still sideways. That's all I know.
Second trimester, I started cleaning it up a lot. Still had my occasional hot dog and macaroni and cheese, but I mean, I enjoy pregnancy. You know, you're uncomfortable through a lot of it. You don't always feel the best, and I did kind of comfort myself through my diet, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't completely off the rails either, because I had worked so hard leading up to it, and I wanted my recovery to be on track as well. So I did not track macros. I do not believe that's a good idea to regulate your food intake when you're pregnant. You just need to make smarter choices about what it is that you're eating. And so I cleaned it up a little bit. Third trimester, I mean, just same thing, tried to clean it up, and at that point you're not really ever hungry because your belly's all baby.
Yeah.
So just trying to eat
And like when
I
you
could.
are hungry, I'm assuming you gotta get your calories then and there.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm assuming like sometimes like you're cooking something good that you usually like, you're like, nope,
Yeah.
I don't like that today, or
Oh,
that's
yeah.
making me vomit.
There's been
you
a
know?
lot of times that I would start off cooking dinner,
You're
and
just
then
like,
I was
nope.
just like, I can't, the smell. I
But
can't.
when you are hungry and when it's there, you need to get your calories in.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep. Just take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So that was leading up to it. Pregnancy was great. They thought that he was going to be a smaller baby because he had MCI, which means marginal cord insertion, which means that his umbilical cord was not positioned in the placenta where it should have been, where he's getting all the nutrients that he should have gotten. And so because of that, they were a little worried that he would turn out on the smaller side. So that had nothing to do with my diet or exercising. It's just, as the doctor put it, that was on him.
Yeah.
So he grew his umbilical cord in the wrong place. But it all turned out fine. He came out 6 pounds, 9 ounces, healthy baby boy. After pregnancy, I knew the first 3 months is kind of, they call it the 4th trimester, because your hormones are still not quite regulated. You're all over the place emotionally. Your sleep is non-existent. So I just really wanted to, once again, focus on getting the calories in when I could. If I was hungry, I ate, didn't track macros or anything. After the 3-month mark, I really wanted to get back to where I was. And we did. I still PR'd some lifts that I hadn't PR'd pre-pregnancy, which is amazing. But diet-wise, I tried to get back on the macro train, and then I was breastfeeding, and that did not go so well. So after about a week of trying that and figuring out the baby was hungry all the time, we decided to back off on the macro counting and just go back to eating when I was hungry and not regulating the quantity.
Yeah,
Just-
healing your body.
Yeah, exactly. Healing your body and just eating what's good. A lot of leafy green vegetables, root vegetables are good, such as potatoes, something high in starch. Fats are also really good at that time for breast milk production. So just kind of, once again, making smart, healthy choices. And now, so baby is 15 months old. I am not on the macro train. I'm not really training for competition at this point, so I'm just, once again, making smart decisions.
Air quotes on
Yeah.
the smart.
Yeah, sprinkled in with some wine and cupcakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Gotta have balance.
Right.
Gotta have balance.
80-20, right?
Hey, I was so craving Cinnamon Toast Crunch this weekend. Got a whole box, crushed it.
Yeah.
Whole
Yeah.
milk and everything.
I,
Felt
I
like
eat-
shit, but YOLO. I'm
Yeah.
eating it.
Hey,
I
worth
eat
it.
my Ben and Jerry's almost every night.
Yep.
It's one of those things.
Yep.
Don't eat the whole thing anymore. I just eat a little
have you
bit.
tried Halo Top?
No, I won't do it.
Why?
Not doing it. I'm an ice cream purist.
I know, but it's just 300 calories for a
Favorite
whole
ice cream? Go.
Ooh.
Mint chocolate chip.
Just the worst.
End that
The
conversation.
worst.
Mint chocolate chip.
Half
That's for
baked Ben
another
and
day.
Jerry's is probably the best.
Mint chocolate chip.
First of all, if I wanted my breath to be fresh, I would eat Snickers bar with toothpaste. Like that's it. I don't want mint and
You
chocolate.
know what you should probably
Doesn't make
do
sense.
is just rub it in
So
your
good.
pit since you don't wear deodorant.
Not bad.
Just the left one.
The left one does smell
Just
a little
the
bit.
left
It's not
one.
that bad.
Are we talking about mint chocolate chip in the armpits?
Yeah.
Well, then I want to work out next to
It
him.
doesn't smell bad.
No, he's fresh as a daisy.
So take us through your workout routine.
So, yeah, currently I am averaging 3 to 4 times a week working out. I would like that to be closer to 5 to 6 times a week.
What would we have to do to get you there?
Stop getting sick all the time.
Yeah.
Hashtag mom life.
Yeah.
Having a
You
14-month
know,
or 15-month
your
old at home.
gut controls your immune system. So if you didn't go so sideways,
That is very true, actually.
could help.
When
Get
I
a little more
was
vertical.
when I was on the vertical diet, I never got sick and I felt the best I'd ever
Did
felt.
you actually do the vertical diet, like Stan Effordine's vertical diet?
I don't know what that is.
Ah, all right, cool. We're gonna talk about that later.
All right.
It's a fun one.
Yeah.
That's why I'm calling it the sideways diet.
Yeah, exactly. That's where it came
So
from.
there is
It-
actually
it-
like a vertical diet
yeah.
thing.
It's
Oh,
very
okay.
interesting. If you guys are interested, check out Stan Effordine's vertical diet. It's very basic, but it's a cool one.
That's why I'm calling it the sideways because
Yeah.
you're sort of just based on what I've seen and we talked about, you just
Yeah.
go off the rails.
Oh, yeah.
Complete
Right,
sideways.
yeah.
100%.
Not up, but it's not.
But
down.
yet, it's crazy because you have a lot of muscle mass.
Consistency.
Yeah.
most
pre-
jacked in the gym.
Consistency goes a long
I'm just
way.
saying,
I
fill out
know,
those
I
pants
know.
more.
Yeah,
I know.
with
It's just
fitness.
3 years struggle.
Stir.
So been fitnessing
Yeah.
for 8 years now. So yeah, just
Is that just the word we do not say?
the dirty C word. It's not the one that you're thinking.
Oh God! Oh no! God, this was so PG before that moment.
It starts with
Yeah.
a C and ends with a T.
Yep.
Oh
Wait, there's
God!
nothing
Oh
in there.
no! Not again!
But it has way more letters than the one you're thinking of. Oh my god. Yeah, so consistency.
Oh,
folks,
God.
Consistency.
All right, let's change some topics. You are also an engineer, right?
Retired former.
Retired
trying
former.
to become
Get
back.
back in the
Come
game.
back.
Get back into the game.
Yeah, so when I graduated from UNC Charlotte with my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, when I moved out to Wichita, I did work in it professionally for 3.5 years, and then that's when I met my husband, who is in the Air Force. And then we jumped on that exciting train because, I mean, gosh, we have traveled all over the place.
Yeah,
I've
you
gotten
lived
to
in
see the
Hawaii,
world.
right?
We lived in Hawaii for 3.5
It's a fun
years
time.
on Pearl Harbor, which is
Yeah.
full of history. It was amazing.
Did
the best
you,
3.5 years
did you
of my
surf
life.
out there?
Yes, I did. I attempted to surf out there. I got
Okay.
to the point where I could walk to the nose of the board and back.
Yeah,
that's
I feel like that's very
Um,
tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
longboard. But I'll be honest, and I was in shape, guys. But like the paddling,
Oh,
my
it
gosh,
wraps your
I was
shoulders.
I was a lazy surfer, so yeah, that didn't last very long.
It's just like Jason, push me.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is pop up.
Yeah, have the one person hold the board and while the
Push.
wave catches you.
If it was like skiing where you could just hold on to the thing and it brings you out to catch the wave,
Yeah.
I would have done it way more. But
Sure.
Could be onto something here.
Right, maybe.
How about cliff jumping? There's some awesome cliff jumping
yeah,
in Hawaii.
yeah. Actually, I have a couple videos of that. I'll see if I can
Yeah.
dig 'em out.
For sure.
Yeah.
Love cliff jumping. Maybe next Hustle One retreat.
Yeah.
Let's go jump off
So
the
get some of
bridge.
those
do it.
Charleston,
Yeah.
the Ravenel Bridge,
I'm down. Okay.
pencil dive.
Yeah.
We'll be fine,
Hey,
right?
I'll
If
tell you what, you go
can hit a couple
first.
flips. Sure, I'll lead the
And
charge.
then you let us know how.
I've jumped off a 70-foot bridge before. I got this.
Jump off and send me a text from the bottom. Be like, hey guys, I'm alive.
Yeah.
If I
I'll
don't,
give you the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Hey, the
if
view's
you don't
great
hear
up
from it
there.
in 5 minutes, we'll call the Coast Guard.
Come
That's
after
it.
me.
Yeah, call the Coast
Like,
Guard.
I want you guys to come after me. Don't call somebody. I want you to say
Yeah.
to me.
Well, then I'll send James in.
Done.
I'm not a good swimmer, guys. Once again, the paddling. It's a lot of.
This guy was a
I
lifeguard.
doggy paddle. That's about my extent.
Just head above water.
Yeah.
Survival.
Exactly.
Oh, fitness people. Terrible swimmers.
Well, everybody likes to park at the front. Have you noticed that? Like when, and I'm guilty of this too. Whenever you try to park, people always want that front row parking spot.
Like right here?
Yeah, so you don't have to walk far.
I
to
do
get
that
to the
because I'm
gym.
very OCD. And the first day, I whenever I park somewhere that's like consistent, I'll like park in the same spot routinely. I don't know, it's just one of like my weird OCD quirks. Like it's always in that second or first spot.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Like,
I've always
the day
done
I-
That's where I'm parking tomorrow.
I will get really upset about it. It felt so weird. So on Sunday school, I had to park all the way down the end, and I
You're like,
walked,
"Shit, I
actually
don't
walked
even know
up to
where
your
I am."
car, and I was like looking down at my phone. I look up, I'm like, wrong car. Like just went back to autopilot.
You're just like, I don't even know where I am.
OCD really gets me sometimes.
We all have those things.
For sure. Absolutely. So let me ask you, what got you into fitness in general? Like,
My
did you start
husband.
off with the C word, or did you do some other stuff before?
The C word. C
C
word,
word.
guys, is CrossFit.
Don't say it. All right, cut. We're
That's
done.
gonna be the one that
Done.
we beep out.
We're done.
We can say any other word.
Broken
but
a
we're gonna
perfect
throw it out.
record.
Okay. Let's time this up.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna say CrossFit. I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna say beep.
Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3.
Beep.
CrossFit.
Too soon.
Oh god.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, let's try
Move on. Just screw it. Move on.
So yes, I was not an athlete by any means. I would actually get out of breath just walking up the stairs.
dear.
I've kind of been on the skinnier side, but I was like the skinny fat, you know, like where you have the muffin top that rolls over the jeans.
Sure.
My husband was really big into it at the time, and we had just gotten married, and we were in Wichita, and we knew we were moving to Hawaii, and I started to get a lot of anxiety because I knew I was going to have to leave my job. I didn't know if I was going to be able to find another one. Here I am embarking on this new journey. And so he kind of was like, maybe you should just try CrossFit and see if it helps you with your anxiety. And I was like, I don't want to do that. It was funny, guys, because he showed me pictures of women. And I think Becca Voigt was like one of the first ones he showed me. I was like, I don't want to look like that. She's too muscular,
Yeah,
right?
Stacked.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I found a gym, and I was like, all right, I'll just try it out. And I did. I went, and I was hooked after the first session. It was exactly everything that I wanted because I am kind of competitive by nature. And the fact that you can compete with yourself and that you're working out in a group environment just really appealed to me. And the fact that you're doing something different every day. And before I knew it, that girl that was like, ew, I don't want to get big. Now all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, I see a muscle poking out. And this is so cool. And it wasn't so much focusing on the physique. What really drove me was my performance. I wanted to be able to do pull-ups, and that was the first thing I focused on. And every day I went into the gym and I just drilled pull-ups. And I remember failing, kipping pull-ups. And I couldn't even get my nose anywhere near the bar. I was like, okay. And every day I would go in there and just try. And I finally got my first kipping pull-up. And then I made myself every workout that had pull-ups, I would try to do them kipping, you know? And just worked that progression. And then it slowly kind of morphed over into the barbell stuff with the snatch and the clean and jerk. And I would just give myself little goals that I would chase. And the more I made those goals, the more addicted I got.
Okay, so that's interesting. So you started through a competitive performance aspect. Now, so were you ever, this is just from my own curiosity, were you ever like chasing like six-pack abs, or are you just like, I'm just gonna get as fit as possible, whatever happens to my body happens to my body?
No, I wanted to get as fit as possible. I cared nothing about what my body looked like. I was chasing the numbers.
And you just got
and
good
my
results,
goals.
good effects from that. So what do you think the positive mental aspect of doing that, taking
Sure.
that approach versus like so focused on six-pack abs, that when you start doing this stuff, you start working out in this group environment, you're like, man, it's not working. What do you think the differences mentally are of, hey, I'm just going to get really freaking fit.
Yeah.
I'm going to get stronger. I'm focused on my back squat. I'm going to run 400 meters faster today than yesterday versus like I'm doing a million crunches just for my six-pack abs.
I think it's actually a healthier way to go about it as long as you are realistic about your goals. If I walked into the gym and no kidding, I remember a workout specifically where my trainer put 95 pounds on a bar. It was for deadlifts, and I couldn't lift it. And he was like, surely you can lift 90. Like, I kind of felt bad. He was like, surely you can lift that. And I was like, no, surely I cannot.
And don't call me Shirley.
Yeah, don't call me Shirley. So, you know, if I went into it and I couldn't deadlift 95 pounds, and then I was like, I want a 300-pound deadlift by the end of the year, I think it would have been a different outcome. That would have been defeating, right? Because that's just not realistic. But the fact that I was like, okay, I want that 95 pounds within 3 months and I got it, now that's a little bit of a healthier goal. Just having small attainable goals instead of like giant ones that you're striving for. I mean, it's good to have those in a sense, right? To say, hey, in my lifetime, I would love to snatch 165 pounds. That's fine. Just, I don't think it's healthy to say, by this date, I'm going to snatch 165 pounds, because things happen. Life happens. And if you don't meet that goal, what is that going to do to your psyche?
Right.
So you kind of need to protect that. As far as chasing the physique, of course, the more my physique started to kind of morph, the more I was paying attention to it, and it was appealing. I never once focused on that, saying, okay, well, I'm going to make sure I get bolder shoulders or whatever. But you'll never be happy 100% with where you're at. Especially when it comes to physique-wise, you're always trying to chase something a little bit more. So I think...
mean, James has been lifting for how long, and he is trying so
36
desperately hard
years.
to fill his sweatpants
That's right.
to the point where he actually pulled the groin doing Bulgarians.
Moral of the story is properly warm up.
Sure, that too.
Yeah.
Don't overreach.
So now my legs are getting smaller, but I'm doing more bicep curls
He's
this
already
week.
getting the atrophy
So
because he
what
can't lift legs.
For Christmas, I'm going to get you a pair of skinny jeans so you can fill them out.
Oh God.
That is
No,
a great idea.
please no.
He finally met his goal!
No.
Nailed it.
Just shrink him down. So what physique wise, what changed first? What got stronger? What lagged behind? Upper body, lower body, core.
Arms really kind of started to define quickly on me. Legs never really did. I am not a good squatter. My levers are not really conducive to squatting. I'm definitely more of a puller. So yeah, I have very long femurs. So deadlifting was a lot of fun. Pull-ups were a lot of fun just because that was the very first thing that I kind of conquered off of my list. So I always look forward to those. But yeah, I would say arms developed first. Core also kind of followed suit because everything's core to extremity. So got stronger there. But legs definitely lacked for a little bit until we started to focus on that. So.
Awesome. That's very cool. Let's switch gears a little bit. What is your child's middle name?
Bryce.
Bryce. Awesome.
Colton Bryce Taylor.
I didn't want to know the first name, just
the middle
name.
initial?
I appreciate it if you listen to the questions, answer appropriately. Okay. We're good?
We're good. I'll listen
Awesome.
closely.
All right. Now, you said that you were interested in, like, designing cars.
Yes.
What was your favorite car growing up?
Do you want the maker, the model, or both?
Both.
Okay. Ford Mustang.
Okay.
Yeah. 8-cylinder.
Have you ever
What year?
owned one? Will you ever own one?
So funny story. That's all I ever owned until I got my mom car. I
Cool.
started off with what was it? A 1998 Mustang V6 because my parents wouldn't let me have a V8 at the time until I proved that I was not reckless. After
How old were you?
16. So at 17, I made a very convincing argument of why I would be
Not
okay,
reckless.
not reckless and okay with a V8. So I sold my V6 and got a 1995 5.0 V8 Mustang 5-speed.
What color was that?
It was white with black leather interior.
Oh, you should have got the
Named-
red interior.
No.
The blood red, I love it.
Oh, no,
It's
that's
so-
tacky. That's tacky. But her name was Marilyn, after Marilyn Monroe, 'cause she was classy like that and fast.
You always wore the white flowy dress.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
And then after that, I had that one in parallel with a 2012, was it? I think it was. Oh, 2009, because it was the
we weren't
anniversary
there.
edition. Mustang GT, it was grabber orange with the black interior.
Yeah.
And I had that one all the way
Legit.
up until I got pregnant. And then my dad bought it from me, so it's still in the family. So whenever I go back to North Carolina, I still get the driver.
It's awesome.
So
Her
what
name
did,
was
what did
Belle.
you upgrade to?
Cadillac.
Oh, man.
Caddy. Yeah.
So I told my husband, because he was like looking at RAV4s and all that. I was like, I would floor it in the test drive. I was like, this thing is pathetic. I
It'd
can't.
be like, zzz, zzz,
I can't.
you know?
And so like I did my research. I was like, the Caddy's got 300 horse. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, it's a 3.6.
Yeah,
you know.
and then it had some get up and go, so that's
Sweet.
what we decided on.
That's funny.
Yeah, my mom has one as well. Same make and model.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Silver Bell, I believe is what she calls it.
Silver Bell?
Yeah.
What's the
Very
name of your car?
Silver Bullet. that
Okay.
are shitty rod.
Shitty rod.
Shitty rod.
Cool. What's the name of your car?
Belvedere.
Belvedere.
Mhm.
Man, you guys have like my car's Jet.
Black.
There you go.
Jet.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I like it.
Because he's not that fast.
No.
Definitely a dad car.
Well, you know,
Ford Escape. I'm cool with it.
it gets you from point A to point B.
That's all that
matters.
matters.
Yeah, that's fair.
All that matters.
I'm trying to save up for a motorcycle now. That's my goal. Yeah. I'll go fast. What's the fastest you've ever drove? Either of you? Just out of curiosity.
I've been 100, like 105.
Yeah, I think 120.
Super stupid.
So weak.
Oh, what did you go?
I've been over
I went
100,
150 once.
150.
It was really fun.
What car?
It was a Porsche Panamera.
You've been in a Porsche?
Yeah, my uncle owned a Porsche, and I came back home and I surprised them, and so we got in the car, and like he had just gotten it, so he was really excited to show me because we used to talk cars a lot, and we were driving. He's like, "Don't tell your parents, but you want to drive?" And I was like, "Give me the keys, let's fucking go."
Yeah.
So we just went into the country roads and just went as fast as possible.
Crazy.
It was so cool.
Nice.
It doesn't feel like you're going that fast in that car because like I've gone
I bet it just
120 in like
squats.
my Mazda, and it's just like I'm gonna crash.
And that thing, you did
Yeah.
120?
Super sketchy.
Jesus, how did the wheels just not fly out?
I mean, everything shakes once you hit a certain point.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the governor kicked inside, slowed down. Then I got pulled over going 90.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid story.
Don't ever ride with Jeremy.
Solid story.
I love it. I drive fast.
So let's close this up. Let's talk about fit pregnancy coming up.
Yeah, very excited about this, guys. Pregnancy and fitness is kind of a newer topic that has come about in our community. It used to be when you're pregnant, the doctor kind of be like, "Now you gotta take it easy. Let's go for a walk once a day." And now they're really kind of starting to understand that moving while pregnant is very important. And we are meant to move while pregnant. By nature, we are nomadic creatures. We were walking miles and miles and miles a day, hunting and gathering food while pregnant. So I love this. I'm passionate about this, and I'm excited to share this with our community and anybody that's interested in it. Now, I am no means a doctor, so it's not going to be medical advice, but I am going to share some tips and tricks that I learned along the way with my pregnancy, along with some lessons learned and maybe some reflecting back on what I would change this next pregnancy whenever that happens going forward. But yeah, so if you guys are interested in that or know anybody that is interested in being pregnant and fit, both pre, during, and post, come on out. It's going to be March 7th.
March 7th.
March 7th.
So it's coming
Awesome.
up.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. I do have one more question. Some random weird stranger wanted me to ask this. What is the coolest job you've ever had?
Coolest job I've ever had in college was a parachute packer at a drop zone.
Ah.
That's actually really
Man,
cool.
a lot of
Yeah.
lives were in your hands.
Yeah.
A lot of lies. Well, so
Did you not want to be
quick
a
funny
skydive
story.
instructor?
No, I did actually. I have over 600 skydives.
That's cool.
But that's why I got
Skydiving
into it, because I, in college, went on a tandem jump, and I was like, wow, this is something I really want to do. And I couldn't afford it because it's pretty expensive. And so I was talking to some people at the drop zone, and they're like, why don't you just pack parachutes? It's like $12 a pack. And I was like, well, okay, that adds up pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I did. I started.
6 hours later, one pack. One pack done.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got on and was packing parachutes, and then paid my way through the jump school, and accumulated, I think I had like 630 something jumps by the time I was done.
Wow.
I decided to step away with while I was ahead. I had no broken bones. I had never really even had a cutaway or any kind of a weird incident. So I decided I had my fun. I had my fill with it. And it was time to walk away. And
Do you
It was
have
fun.
your own parachute?
I did. I sold it.
What, you trying to jump off the roof, see if it works?
Dude,
Not tall.
skydiving is so much fun.
I've never been. I want to.
Oh,
it's
we
a
should
lot
go.
of
Never been.
Go sometime.
Yeah.
Staff bonding. Out the
I'm-
plane.
There you
I'm
go.
totally
Hey, I
game.
happen to know a good drop zone down in
I
Chester.
straight up, I tried to do that at my last job. I tried to give everybody, like, that was our staff outing, and not one person wanted to do it.
Feel like
I'd
that's
do
a
it
little intense for a staff out.
I mean,
Yeah.
you never know, like, what life could be if you live it to the fullest.
There you go.
Like, when you have the fear of death, like, you jump out of the plane, one of two things are going to happen. That's all I'm saying. So it makes you think about some things.
Great. This is really helping your case.
I'm okay with it.
It's a lot of fun though. You should try it.
See?
Circling back to question number 1.
I mean, I say
Who is
it's
it?
still a tie.
That phone was
Really regret throwing my phone.
that thing just a garbage. Get rid
Yeah.
of that. Can't even send you a video without it. Like,
Oh my god, I don't get how that's
Terrible.
still
Let's take a
thing.
poll. Who's your favorite? Jeremy, James, or Ashley? Let me know.
all right, guys.
Cool.
That was awesome. Yeah, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, guys.
It was
Looking
very
for a
fun.
lot more stuff, more fun stuff. If you guys have anything that you would like us to, a person like to interview, any
Mm-hmm.
topic you'd like to cover, please let us know. We're always down to talk to more people.
Yeah, we
Talk about
definitely need
crazy
some more
stuff.
topics.
We got some in the barrel waiting.
Yeah, we got some
We got
ideas.
some
but
ideas,
it's always
but-
nice to hear what you guys want.
But
You
yeah,
guys are listening to us. Hopefully every other day, on repeat. So, we should.
All
Easy.
3 episodes?
All 3 of them.
all 3 episodes.
Yeah, we got like a mild 4th with Miles.
Yeah,
you know.
that's a mile.
It's a short
yeah.
one, but
Hey.
you can listen to it 3 or 4
All
times.
gonna
before
start.
you get
Joe
to work.
Rogan started somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're gonna be as big as Joe Rogan, but we might be bigger.
Quit thinking small. It's
We
not the
might be
hustle one
bigger.
attitude.
Yeah,
Dream big.
you didn't let me finish. I was saying we're gonna be bigger.
All right, let's do it.
I want sponsors and sponsors. Then we get money and we interview really cool people.
Sponsors,
Yeah.
LaCroix.
We should
Who-
interview-
who
we
would
should
be your
interview the
favorite
fat.
sponsor? Who would you choose as a sponsor?
Sponsor?
Yeah,
For this?
yeah.
Joe Rogan.
For a sponsor for this. Oh, like a company or person?
No,
Yeah.
someone to pay us for putting
No,
their
like,
name
so you
on
get
there.
free stuff. Like, what would you want?
Nike.
You want Nike?
If we're talking about free stuff, I could always use more workout clothes.
Sornex exercise equipment. I would love to
Shoot.
have a gym.
How about these guys?
Sornex.
There
How
you
about those
go.
guys?
That's the
Either
gym
or.
owner talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
that'd
just
be cool.
want Poke Brothers. If you guys
Oh,
haven't eaten
God.
that,
Oh,
my
God.
Steak
Oh,
companies,
God.
steak classy meats would be a fun one. I don't
Yeah.
know, like those meat companies that you can order boxes of meats.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
what if
butcher,
we start-
butcher box?
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
God.
like that.
What if we start eating from somewhere in Charleston that sponsors that show? We eat their food as we talk about this while we like plug their food. and
That's
we
what I'm
eat
saying.
it.
I
Poke
love
Brothers.
that.
Okay, we'll get that going. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Cool.